This collection is called We Are Still Here. It represents the genocide brought by colonization. Designed by OAKLEY WYSOTE Gray. The choice of color is important. The red is the blood that has been shed, and the black is the ink of the Indian Act.
But yeah, the whole point of my collection is kind of to just talk about these stories and make it aware that, like, this is something that we do need to talk about in a way where anybody can understand, but also to show that this all happened to us, but yet we are still resilient in the end. And yeah.
The Badabin, meaning First Light, Art Symposium occurs every 2 years. It offered workshops on and demonstrations of creating art, and for Indigenous artists to connect with each other. For the first time, the symposium featured the work of 6 fashion designers, held at Fredericton's Beaverbank Art Gallery. Ingrid Brooks is an internationally recognized designer. She focuses on gala-wear. Will show her designs at a New York Fashion Week this fall. She has been sewing regalia for powwows for the last 20 years, but having her clothes modeled on a runway seemed like only a dream.
My friend had sent me a link to the Toronto Fashion Show, and she said, "You should try out for this." I said, I never really thought of myself as a fashion designer. And I said, okay, let me see what I can pull together. And I went to Toronto and I had a lot of fun.
Skohani Wenasquan has modeled in New York and Paris, but is showing her designs for the first time. They transform traditional culture, such as birch bark, into wearable fashion.
So this is my main piece. It's a mixture of fur and lace and florals, and the top is birch bark. And I got inspired from just a lot of our own traditional, how we worked with birch bark and canoes and a lot of our like bags and traditional jewelry and stuff. And
designer and coordinator of the show, Mariah Sockabasin, says Indigenous designers need a space to be recognized.
And we're not just regalia makers. We don't just create for powwow. We have quite the breadth of work that we can do and offer the world, and I'm glad that we had this time to share.
Gray has words for aspiring designers.
Keep doing what you love. And never be afraid to be yourself. Oh my God, that's gonna make me cry. Yeah.
The next Badabin Art Symposium will be held in 2 years on Prince Edward Island and will again include the Indigenous Designers Fashion Show. Angel Moore, APTN National News, Fredericton, New Brunswick.